Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader. #Free Nnamdi Kanu now.
The early year 2000, there is a man named Cletus Ibeto. This man built a cement company that shocked the whole market. This man's cement is very stronger and cheaper. When other people they sell 1,000, Ibeto they sell you for 600 naira. Because Ibeto believes say no matter how poor you dey, in as far you are a Nigerian citizen, you suppose feel afford to build your own personal house. But little did we know that this price that Ibeto they drop down to make sure say every individual for Nigeria fit afford cement. We know that this thing they step on some people's toes, because suddenly under Obasanjo administration, Ibeto company was shut down. They shut her down. Now their power flex muscle to we the citizen. Now they go so. Now, una know the reason why they take down his license. They say policy valuation. Hey, now know the policy valuation. Let me explain. Back then, Obasanjo brought a new rule called the backward integration policy. Meaning, from now on, if you want to sell cement in Nigeria, you must build your factory inside Nigeria. Looking at it, it's a very good idea. It's not a bad idea, because we all need local production. At least we help the economic growth. But this is where the game changed. Now, Dangote, more than not forget, it already they built the biggest factory in a place like Obajana, Igbese, and some other places like that. Meanwhile, Ibeto was still using what we call bagging terminal. He will import the raw cement, refine it in Nigeria here, bag it, and sell it cheaper to the people. Then our Oga will be say, if they locally they produce and here, Yoko they more expensive than person will be say, if they import from abroad. Anyway, he get where we they go. So when this new policy came, it suddenly made Ibeto business illegal overnight. Mind you, not everybody factory was ready then. No. Some was importing cement, just like Ibeto. So why Ibeto call they different? Because Ibeto, no one follow the instruction when other big marketers they give her. So from there, they show Ibeto say they are the high and mighty of this country. Now they hold this country for hand. Now people can begin to ask, was it really about policy or about power? Because the man where this policy favor the most, now Dangote. Now here's the truth. I wish Ibeto, as Dangote they sell 1,000, Ibeto take you to 1,005. Here Dangote they will be best of friends. But Ibeto looks and no, they don't do things like that. That is the problem of Ibeto. So Ibeto downfall today is not just because Ibeto want to fall. Ibeto fall because of you and I.
I was worried about the situation of cement in Nigeria. And I woke up at 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Then I waited till 5 a.m. I phoned Aliko Dangote. Aliko was in Lagos, I was in Abuja. And I woke him up. I said, Aliko, what are you doing? He said, what should a gentleman be doing at 5 a.m.? He should be sleeping. I said, well, I have no apologies for waking you up. Can you see me at 7 a.m.? He said, Mr. President, it's bad enough that you wake me up at 5 a.m. But for me to see you at 7 a.m. when I'm in Lagos and you are in Abuja, and the first flight is 7 a.m., it is impossible. I said, what time can you see me? He said, 9 a.m. And he came at 9 a.m. When he came, simple question. I said, Aliko, why are you importing cement and not producing cement? And he said to me, do you want an honest answer? I said, if I call you here, I want an honest answer. That's why I've called you. He said, because it's more profitable for me to import cement and sell than for me to produce cement, which is an honest answer. Then I asked him the second question. I said, what can I do to make you produce cement? He said again, you want an honest answer? I said, yes. He said, make it as profitable for me to produce cement as it is profitable for me to import cement and sell. Again, I haven't got where I was going, or he was leading me. I said, how do I do that? He said, tie my importation of cement with my production of cement. My head got it. I said, you can go. I called my Minister for Industry, who also came from the private sector. I said, look, I've had this discussion with Aliko. Come and go and work it out. So Aliko then planned to produce 5 million tons of cement a year. Since we started producing cement in 1956 up to 2003, we've never produced 5 million tons. So when Aliko made that, the people in the ministry said, he's telling a lie. He wants to, he's making it up. I said, all right, let's see how his lie will work. So I put 2 people in Aliko's construction site, and they are reporting to me every day. The day Aliko, the contractor, did not work, they will phone and tell me, and I will immediately phone Aliko. So one day Aliko came to me and said, Mr. President, I'm getting worried about you. I said, what have I done? He said, you know about this cement project more than myself, and it is not a government project. I'm getting worried about you. I say, hey, my brother Aliko, this is a Nigerian project. So anything Nigeria is a government project. Not only did Aliko succeed in the first 5 million, he succeeded in the second 5 million. He succeeded in the third 5 million. I started taking him out to other countries in Nigeria, in Africa. I took him to Tanzania. I took him to Senegal. That's how Aliko made it. Partnership between the private and the public. Partnership between leadership at every level.
Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV. We criticized Igbo elites who only speak on television or social media. He urged them to march to Aso Rock, Nigeria's seat of power, and demand Konu's release in person. If the government can negotiate with terrorists, why not with Nnamdi Kanu? He referenced past amnesty and dialogue efforts with Boko Haram and bandits, contrasting it with the continued detention of Kanu despite multiple court rulings in his favor. #free Nnamdi Kanu now.